So to make fresh stuffing, it's fairly simple. You want to take some diced dried bread and 2½ cups of chicken stock, 1/2 cup of melted butter, and then a combination of celery, onions, fresh sage, some rosemary if you'd like. This is a picture of the fresh sage, and I threw some rosemary in there. You just want to slowly start heating that up and getting it turned in and saute it. Also, the fresh herbs like to clump up, so if you take it nice and slow, then you can see how everything is meshed together. Remember to put a little kosher salt in there, give it a little more flavor. Now enough of the fun stuff. Let's add that. It's cooled down enough. Let's add it to the actual bread and our chicken stock. And so we'll take these ingredients and add them in one by one. So with the onions and celery, you can tell they're still steaming a little bit. It's not really that hot. Also, when you're doing this, you can add things depending on what your protein finish is going to be, or if you're going to use it as a stuffing or a dressing. If you're going to use it as a stuffing, you want to be careful not to put maybe dried craisins in there, because as they reconstitute, the red will leach into the meat and make pink like chicken meat or even pork. So I've added the chicken stock and I'm adding the melted butter. I'm just kind of adding it in slowly and mixing it around. And what I'm doing is just trying to get an even distribution on the absorption of the liquid. And so as I'm grabbing, I'm kind of squeezing to see what the saturation level is if I need to add more. So even though I have 2½ cups for the 13 ounces of bread, I want to make sure that I add it in stages, not to get it too wet. The other thing that really helps is a binding agent. And for this particular stuffing, it's going to be stuffed inside a boneless chicken, and which makes it a very nice presentation. So that way you don't have to debone anything, or you would have the bones pre-done, so that way you could make your stock from that and possibly your velouté. I'm going to crack in 2 eggs as the binding agent, and again that was for structure to help it hold together, and this will also give a little more depth of flavor to the dressing too. Another common ingredient people put in is a chopped oyster into this. To this amount, you could do 4 to 6 oysters. Adds a little salt and a little bit of flavor to it. And you'll see what this looks like now as a stuffed chicken. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what fun ingredients that you add to your fresh stuffing.